So when I said that when we saw in the unit number 5 the definition of the system software and utility programs, the utility programs, we define them as servicing tools we utilize to account the work on computer. We as end users, we utilize the computer to do a task like text typing or like internet browsing or something like that. We are willing to finish a task, an activity, an action, work to do on computer. So we need a utility program. Here in unit number 6, we are going to go further. Yet, for you as non-IS students, you have to have a clear understanding of that you need an utility program or an application software to finish a task on the computer. What is a task? What you'll do on the computer? You'll be creating a spreadsheet. You'll be creating a report, word-based. You'll be using the internet to generate a report, also to find some references or something like that. These are what you'll need the computer for, something related. But the differences between the utility program or an application software and the application software, are 100% technical. I can give you the example. Utility program, for example, we tell you how to start up based antivirus. Means an antivirus is configured to start up automatically with the launch of the computer. Once you start the device, the antivirus would be launched automatically without any prior request or permission request. It would be launched without giving any hint. Immediately it will start, and he will start doing his job, which is the scan and the malware chase. This is a utility program. Is it an application program? We can consider that because the scan for malware is an activity that you can do, you as an end user, you can do manually. But this type of software or programs, the antiviruses, they are classified to be utilities because they are accomplishing what the system software can do. Actually, they are extending the capability of the system software to one step further. They are not system software, and they act autonomously without the intervention of the human being, the end user. Thus, they are one step before. We can consider, actually, if we can classify them by order, face to the end user. They are one step before the application software, since they are not interacting face to face with the end user. They start automatically. They do their tasks as programmed, as preset, and they keep going, keep working without without interrupting the work of the end user. Those are utility programs. Application software, no. You have to search for. If you do not have them on your computer, you have to install them. Once you have them, you manually restart them. You manually will go for setting their preferences, their setup, and you use them however you are willing to. Microsoft Word, for example, this is an application software. Microsoft Word, it is a text editor that would be launched if you search for it and click it. Once launched, it will do nothing. It will give you a blank template in which You will configure your report or whatever you are willing to type. The same thing for the spreadsheet. The same thing for any browser in your computer. You have to start it by yourself, and you have to go for the URL you'd like to visit. In this way, we are having now a clear view and a distinction in between the application software and the utility programs. Any questions, please? Otherwise, I'd like to ask you. So I prefer you ask. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, we'll be going through this unit to define this application software. We see a clear difference between the on-device installed let's say application software and on-cloud application software. We define what is a cloud, computer cloud, cloud network, cloud environment. We define this. It is a computerized environment in which we are having some specificities and preferences. Mainly, we talk about the infrastructure as a service, system as a service, software as a service, platform as a service. Those are actually features that the cloud would provide us. We'll see actually the common points and the let's say the common criterions in between the application software. We'll see the capabilities and the potential of the word processing application software, spreadsheet, and those are actually the very famous tools you'd like to use, you as an ICP, computer for business students, non-IS students. Yeah, because remember, the computer is a multi-disciplinary tool that you can use it for whatever you think you'd like to achieve. For your courses and for your line of education, you are going to provide services mainly. You are not technical. You are not going to go for the technicalities behind. So the Microsoft Word is one of the very famous tools that you are going to go for in addition to the spreadsheet tool. Yeah, those are the objectives. They are a summary of the outcome. Great. An overview. Application software is the main outcome. The understanding and the characteristics of the application software is the main outcome of this unit. We see the very famous and the very, let's say, recognized application software. Remember that application software, they are not only what we are going to see in this unit. We are going to see this unit based on the purpose, based on the course learning outcome. The course learning outcome here is for you as a non-IS students. That's when we say the word processing and the spreadsheet and things like that, they are very helpful for your career, for your courses, for your learning, and they are not the very famous application software for everybody, for all the computer utilizers or for all the computer users, all the computer end users. When you talk about IS students, based on the major, we will define other application software, web developers, system administrators, let's say engineers, computer engineers. There are so many numerous number of application software that they are very famous for their users. For us, for the computer-based, or the, let's say, the non-IS students, or the computer for business students, the desk or the office activity application software that they would help to do so those tasks, they are famous for us. So those examples here, they are for our courses. For the non-IS students, they are, even the IS students, they are using those things. They are not deprived for them. But just to give you the understanding that those tools here, they are famous to help us accomplish office work, reporting, creating spread tables, or let's say spreadsheets, even creating small graphs, graphics, logos, designs, flyers. Those utilities, they would help us do so. Every single application software has to have um, an owner, and the owner will specify the right of use, whether you are free to use or no, you have to pay, and you have to agree the license to use. We define the free and open source software, unit number one, and also in unit number two, we pass through the free open source software. We said that they are software developed and given to the public without any prior, let's say, agreement. You use it for your own risk and your own understanding and capability. They are free and they are safe, but with different views when we compare them to the genuine and licensed software. So the rights, they are one of the views that you have to go after whenever you think about an application software. Here thus, you are going to use a software if you have the right to. It is not because it's available on the market. When we talk about the Microsoft Word, for example, the MS Word, if you have got the right from Microsoft to use such a software, you'd like to download it and install it in your device and use it for your own activity, whether it is an educational purpose process or a business-based process. So the right here is one of the constraints that you think of whenever you think you need an application software. From the points that they specify, the right is the license, whether it is a free or paid license, means the Microsoft Office, Word, or spreadsheet, or PowerPoint, or Publisher, or InfoPath, any. If you think that you'd like to use it for your own activity, for your own, let's say, office activity, for example, you have to have a license, a prior agreed license. This license, it's an agreement between you and the Microsoft and the owner. The license of such tools, those application software, is paid one. So you have to pay for the license only to use, to have a right of use such application software. But if you are using a free and open source environment like the Unix or the Linux, we define this in the system software, unit number 5. You'd like to use a free open source text editor also. You can have the same activities, the same outcomes whenever you deal with the free and open source um, application software or any text editors specifically. I would not say 100% the same, but you'll have a very similar outcome at the end of the day whenever you are creating a text-based report. The LibreOffice is one of the examples that the free environment gives us. as end users. It has a license to be read also, but this license is a free license, and it's providing us an open source tool that we can customize accordingly. Mainly the license, what is it? It's an agreement between the user and the buyer, the user, how he would use the application software, in which circumstances, and when and where. We define what is an open source software. I given you the example of the LibreOffice. In addition to your LibreOffice for text editor, but there are other utilities. They are free and open source software that you can use them for your desk activities. Those free and open source software or application software, they are incrementally being integrated in the public market, and they are incrementally seen being famous and being admitted by end users. They are actually positively and highly integrated into the market. So end users, they are going for the free and open source application software for their own activities. Whatever you think of, there may be a free and open source application software available in the market that you can use safely without paying any money and without any restrictions. Remember the free and open source software, free and open source software. It classifies application software and system software, even utility programs. All of them, they belong to this category. Means the free and open source software, they are not only application software. No, we can find the system software to be free and open source. We can find utility programs to be free and open source software, and also application software. We can find them as free and open source software. They can give a stable status, as if we're talking about licensed and genuine software. They're not with less capabilities. They may have the same potential as the licensed and the genuine one. In some cases, they are with the same capabilities. Commercial software, they are actually provided to give services, yes, but they are provided to the end users after a payment, and they are done for profit purpose mainly. They are set to get profit. Those are commercialized software. They are servicing software, yet they are commercialized to get profit. And the majority of the cases, they come with a single user license. What does it mean? Once you buy it for yourself, it is for you only. You cannot give it to your friends. It means if you buy for a copy to get it in your computer, you do not have the right to give it to your colleague or to install it in 2 or 3 or more computers. It is only for one device. This is the license. But there are other examples that they come with more than one single user license. Depends. But usually the first definition of the commercial software is that they come with a single user license. Uh, shareware. We are talking about a tool, or let's say logical tools to be shared. They are actually a software with copyright that can be distributed through a system, no more no less. In this view, we are talking about an application software with a license to be shared across the platform. The platform might be a network, or it might be the internet, a public network, whatever, through a platform. Those shareware actually they are tools to be delivering services, yes, and they would help the users to finalize a service, yes, to do a task, yes. But why they are classified to be shareware? Actually, because they can give actually limited um, activity, limited process, limited service. I can give you the example of the trial software. That means if you want to use the Microsoft Word, for example, for the first time, and you want to for your own activity, you want to test, for example, a new version. You don't want to pay money unless you know that it is capable to give you whatever you think that you need. You have to test it first. So you may use the trial version for a period using a share or a shared license. This shared license would be valid for example, 30 days. Once the 30 days has been elapsed, the software will stop the right you do not have any right to use the software anymore. This is a shareware example. This is a need of the shareware. So trial based applications, they are a good example of a shareware. A freeware, they are actually another type of application software that they are to be utilized with free of charge mainly. They have a license, yes, absolutely, but the license is free to use. It is not given any restriction. It is not to tell you that you have to install the application on a single device. No, it will not restrict you at all. Public domain software, actually they are software to be shared through a domain controller, and here we are saying that those type of software they are to be utilized on a network. What does it mean? Here in the University of Lisbon campus, how many devices we have? We have so many, let's say 1,500 devices, desk devices, and each has to have let's say antivirus. The antivirus to be installed on each device, we have one of the two solutions. Either the technician has to go from a device to another, install it in the first, set up the license. Install it in the second, set up the license for the second. Install it in the third, and set up the license for the third, and so on, until he finishes. How much time he will consume? 2 weeks? 1 month? More? In all cases, it's a long time process. It's a very long time process. This is the first way, which is not feasible at all. The second is that we are going to use a domain to share the license and to set it up for everybody. Any installed copy will admit the license shared through the domain. So such a license has to be capable to be shared and sent through the domain, because a license set to be run for a single user would not fit if we install it on a domain? No. So a summary of the license and the application software we were defining right now. Remember that the digitalized device is not only a computer that you set on your desktop. The desktop computers, they are not unique digital devices that you may think of to define application software or even the system software. We define the mobile devices in an early age in prior units. The system software is another type of software that might control any hardware. And the hardware, we define the mobile devices. We present the network devices, switches, routers, servers, and others. So, here we view the mobile software. Mainly at the end of the day, we are delivering a service. We are using a tool to accomplish a service, no more or less. But the platform, it's a mobile device. The mobile is not the telephone, the cellular you use in your hands. It's not the smart device only that you use to make calls. That is one model. That is one mobile device, portable device. Mobile devices like the tabs, like the any personal digital assistants, PDAs, even the car computer car dashboard, let's say, they might be equipped with application software like the navigator and so on. So the mobile software, they are still digital devices equipped with system software and application software to accomplish a task. Yet they have the potential to be portable and mobile, free to use anywhere, anytime. So, can we have, let's say, a spreadsheet tool that you use on a mobile device? The answer is yes, absolutely, we can. It's not a restriction, but it has to be compatible with the mobile device. Otherwise, it won't run. Mainly, the customized application software has to be fitting the mobile device because not every application software would run on a mobile device. Yeah, remember, if we take the example of the cellulars, there are two in our mile, two or three very famous pillars providing smart devices nowadays. They are dominating the top market. They are sharing the top, let's say, number of end users in the market. The commercialized mobile device and the Mac-based, which are the iPhones and also the BlackBerry. And each are having their own dedicated, let's say, application software. The word editor available in a Samsung device, it would not be the same word editor on an iPhone. It's not the same on a BB device, BlackBerry. Thus, there are application software with the compatibility features to run on different mobile devices, no more or less. Other than that, mobile devices that would actually cover, that would actually help us as end users to reach the activity of the activity on any desk environment. Any questions, please? Any questions? Okay, so let's continue. One of the activities that a mobile device would help us do accomplish and would be actually 100% more successful on a mobile device rather than to be on a desktop or on a laptop, let's say. Or when we use a PDA, personal digital assistant, or let's say tab like the picture in front of us, some activities they are more, let's say, fruitful and more actually user friendly, like the ticketing. Means actually for a big concert of a very famous, let's say, singer or actor, thousands of visitors, they would have actually to be checked if they are awarded a valid ticket or not within a very short period of time. Let's say 100,000 visitors, they have to be checked in 1 hour, during 1 hour of time. How this huge activity would be done? A personal digital assistant set for a ticket and checkup would 100% checkup and can do that very easily. It's just a scan matter. You just scan the ticket. If it is valid, it will tell you. If it is false, it will tell you also. If you can do this on a desktop, it will actually, yes, we can do that, but it's not portable. How to do that on a desktop? We have to move the desktop into the entry point or into the entry gate, and there have to be actually some setup to be set in prior to reach to do that. But using a mobile device like the tab in front of us now, it needs nothing, just the tab in your hand, and you scan, no more or less. Is a great example. Every each single installed software, actually, it has to, let's say, to be compatible with your device. Otherwise, it would not be, means if you buy the license for your software and it's not compatible with your device, you'll not be able to run it. For example, you have a free, let's say, text editor like the LibreOffice, but the operating system is Windows. How you are going to install it? As first view, they are not compatible. What does mean compatible? It means if you install, double click, and next, it will not be successful. They are not understanding each other. This is a free license, and the Windows has its own text editor compatible with its environment, not the LibreOffice. There are situations and there are cases, there are scenarios via which we may succeed on installing Libre and let's say free and open source software on a genuine environment. But at the end of the day, we have to go behind of the compatibility. Software, actually, whatever they are, text editors or spreadsheet or graphics or whatever they are, you have to have a physical copy of them in a flash or in a CD or in a DVD or somehow. You have to have a physical copy. Yeah, when you buy the software, single let's say user license or multi-user license or whatever, you have to have a copy with you, a physical copy with you. This physical copy also does not mean that you have to have a flash disk or CD only. No, but you can download it from the internet. You can pay, yes, and you'll have the chance to download, not only to have a CD in your hand by force. No, no, no. You can pay and you get the license to the internet. Yeah, it works very fine. Please, if you hear your name, please tell yes. I'm gonna stop the recording first.